David Albert.
Hey, Kevin, thanks very much.
The Jazz, like Memphis, willing to grind. Thanks, D.A. And now the opening lineup for Phoenix. Booker and Bridges are the wings. Ayton is out there with Jay Crowder. And it's Paul in at the point guard. And for the Jazz, Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Bogdanovich out there with O'Neal. And it's Gobert in at the 5 down low. Bounce pass Conley. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Mitchell. Bridges with the board. And Phoenix pushing it up now. Stolen by Michael Conley. Pass break. Here come the Jazz. Oh, and the dunk by Mitchell.
A dynamic leaper with an impressive wingspan. Mitchell usually has some flashy dunks up his sleeve.
And here is Paul playing Oklahoma City. He was nearly unstoppable. That misses, so no good on his first attempt of the night. And here's the fast break. Mitchell's shot is good.
And there's an edge to Mitchell's game. He wants to be the guy in charge, and if that means he's got to get physical, he'll do it.
Booker with it. Now guarded by Bogdanovich. Gobert with the block. Here's Ayton. The kick out to Crowder. Over to the wing. Paul with the 3. Phoenix no good that time either. Jazz have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And there's the call on Devin Booker. That is his first foul of the game. Now we saw a play-in game during the 2020 season in the bubble. Brent, do you want to see more of that going forward?
I think it's pretty exciting, Kevin, to have everything on the line like that, where it's win or go home. And it's a little bit earlier than we're used to. But man, was that exciting last year.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And you know, it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now on their 4th shot of the game.
Conley feeling it out. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Yeah, and a little contact on the shot, but Conley with the laser focus on the finish.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That's his first foul. Suns have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started.
Hey, Diego Paul!
All up top, covered by Conley from 13.
So far, the team just 1 of 5, and that rim shrinking.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. And it's Bogdanovich off the drive. Gobert, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
He knows his job. Gobert is there to own the glass and cash in on as many second chance opportunities as he can.
Out of bounds, Suns ball as Phoenix keeps possession. And Utah making a change here. Clarkson's checked in. A big group substitution here for Phoenix. Sharge checked in for Crowder. Johnson comes in for Bridges. Carter, he's checked in for Devin Booker. And Cameron Payne subbed in for Chris Paul.
Maybe a time to rest him right now. Just give him a bit of a breather. Try to help him get back on track.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Suns trail by 8. We've got 1:55 left in the first. Now here's Payne, covered by Conley. Out to Saric. Just 5 to shoot. Phoenix needs to get off a shot, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Derek Favors checked in for Utah. And a change for the Suns. Kaminsky's checked in. Pass to Conley. Looking for Gobert. He gets it there. Pass to Clarkson. The Jazz working the ball around now. Mitchell lays it up and banks it in. Mitchell's got 8 points.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Payne passes to Saric. Now here's Favors. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Here's Mitchell. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's going to be on Saric.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
Well, how good have they been on the inside tonight, just getting down into the painted area and just dominating, controlling that spot.
Joe Ingles, he's checked in for the Jazz. Phoenix also making some changes. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for Saric, and Langston Galloway subbed in for Carter. Kaminsky kicks to Payne. There's 48 seconds left to play here in the first. Here's Mitchell. The Jazz keeping it alive. A new 14. Goes back up. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And that's part of what Mitchell brings to the table. The willingness to operate on the perimeter or get in there and mix it up on the interior.
For the Jazz, George Niang, he's checked in for Gobert. And it's Clarkson in for Mike Conley. Feeds to Kaminsky. Over Favors. Nice spin off the left rim and in. And it's Utah's ball. They're on a 17-4 run. Here's Payne. Makes it off the glass.
How about the feel and the awareness he had there, finding his teammate behind the defense on the break.
Mitchell finds Favors.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Johnson with the bounce pass. No good on the triple. So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game. Utah out in. And if you're wondering whether players watch the standings, check.
One thing we have to do is stop comparing ourselves.
You know, Greg, he makes a great point. Even when you have mostly the same guys, every season is different.
And if you're a coach, it'll give you gray hairs trying to preach that to your players. Many guys don't believe it until they're in it and then have to dig themselves out of a hole.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, the Jazz enjoying a nice lead here.
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
On the court for the Suns, we've got Frank Kaminsky. Payne out there with Johnson. And it's Craig in the small forward position.
You're going to burn yourself when you get up that close to Clarkson. He's explosive.
Suns trail by 13. Galloway taking his time here. Utah with the rebound. Last time they faced off, it was right here at home where they couldn't get it done.
And guys, you just can't afford to give away points from the foul line. Not in the NBA. Teams are just too talented.
Yeah, it's not always just about free throw shooting, but it can be a large factor and disrupt your confidence.
Such determination on the glass. Not boxing out Favors is a huge mistake that you cannot afford to make.
And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively, because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
Favors trying to break free, and the shot goes in. Galloway has got 4 this quarter.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Always going up for the alley-oop here. Ingles finds Clarkson, shades over Payne, and the shot is long.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
Craig passes to Johnson. Stolen away. And they're on the break. Puts it up from 17. Payne grabs the board. And so it's Payne with it. He'll bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. They trail by 11. Their next game is at the Rockets Arena in Houston for a game with the Rockets. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip.
And the Phoenix Suns criticized for trading down 5 picks to select Cameron Johnson at 11 back in 2019. Many felt that was a reach.
There were a lot of people who were predicting that Cam was going to be towards the back end of the first round even, and a clear case for a Phoenix Suns team who was dead last in three-point percentage, drafting for a need in Cam Johnson.
Lobs it up for Favors. A flawless finish on the alley-oop. And the Jazz lead by 11.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. Here's Payne. Now the pass to Galloway. No good there. And it's Utah the other way. One-on-one here. Favors can't get it to go.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Johnson outside. Pass to Kaminsky. 5 on the clock. With the fadeaway. It's a hand on it. It's good on the putback.
Always better to be lucky than good when it comes to offensive rebound. And unless you're as good as he is, then those tip-ins are all about skill.
The drive by Mitchell. Stripped it away. Now here's Kaminsky. Not a lot of room. Kicks it out to Johnson. Pass to Payne. From past the arc. A rebound by the Jazz.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Mitchell. Another miss by Utah.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Kaminsky misses. Jazz leading by 9.
Yeah, take your time. You don't give them another possession.
Yeah, hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
Gets it off. And the first half is now in the books. Jazz lead by 11. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everyone. A tremendous start for Donovan Mitchell. He ended up with 15 points. And that'll about do it as we get...
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Donovan Mitchell really making a difference here.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they're forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed, but it's always existed. And the reality is this: you become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So on the floor for Utah, Mitchell and Bogdanovich. Here are the wings. O'Neal is out there with Rudy Gobert, and it's Conley in at the point.
And he's a pure point guard with terrific vision. Conley finds open teammates at times before they realize they're open.
And Booker kicks to Ayton. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Ayton's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, Booker has established that he can score and now showing that he can play make.
Conley, the pass to Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Crowder. Gobert with the block. Mitchell right side. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Mitchell's got 21 in the game.
What a performance on the offensive end. He's making the defenders pay right now for all of the mistakes they're making.
Suns trail by 15. Paul looking around to the paint. Here's Ayton, and the layup's good off the glass. 8 points for DeAndre Ayton.
Just a positive force right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Clarkson, he's checked in for Donovan Mitchell. And for the Suns, Sharch checked in for 8. And it's Carter in for Chris Paul. Bridges dishes to Sharch. Back to Bridges. Out to Carter. It's Crowder on the wing. Back to Carter. Clock at 6. Shoots over Clarkson. And it's Carter missing. Jazz leading by 13. Outside Conley. Pass to O'Neal. The 19-foot shot. Another shot. And Gobert with the lay-in. Gobert's got 6 points.
And using his insane wingspan and athletic frame, Gobert can flat out dominate down low.
Booker the pass to Saric. He dishes it to Bridges. Back to Saric. It's stolen by Gobert. And there's the call on Dario Saric. That'll be his second foul of the game. The Jazz making a switch here. Ingles is checked in. Conley against Carter. Saric grabs the board. And here's Saric. He'll bring it up for Phoenix. 15-point game. Here's Booker. Utah with the rebound. Bogdanovich has got 4 rebounds in this game. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Bridges misses. Utah leading by 15. And the pass to Gobert. The shot, no good. And now Crowder running the floor all by himself. And Crowder slams it in. 59 seconds left to play here in the third. Conley against Carter. Conley kicks to Bogdanovich. O'Neal against Bridges. 6 on the shot clock. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Mitchell, he's checked in for the Jazz. Phoenix also making some changes. Andre Ayton's checked in for Crowder. Johnson comes in for Bridges. And it's Payne in for Booker. Payne in the post. Covered by Mitchell. Saric passes to Payne. Back to Saric. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Moving it around. 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Here's Mitchell. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
You gotta clog up those lanes. Mitchell just explodes to the rim when he gets to that launching pad.
Here's Ayton. Doesn't go that time. Ready by Bogdanovich. The high post shot. That one misses. Donovan Mitchell firing on all cylinders for Utah. They've leaned on him for... And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Utah leading by 13, setting the floor for the Suns. Johnson and Saric are the 3 and the 4. Carter out there with Chris Paul. And it's Ayton in at the center.
And sometimes it's as simple as this. Throw it up anywhere near Gobert, and he's going to finish it.
Paul against Conley. To the inside. Ayton. Gobert pulls it in.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead. Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Paul passes to Ayton. And good that time.
I mean, could we say he was playing possum a bit there in the first half? Because it seems to be a different guy out there, way more assertive.
Conley with it. Now guarded by Ayton. On the wing, Mitchell. Takes the three. Phoenix grabs the miss. Sharch looking around. Johnson, the pass to Saric. Good, and it's Johnson with the assist that time.
Well, Saric on the inside has really good quality footwork.
Utah leading by 13. Kicks it out to Mitchell. 2 free throws. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Monty Williams talking with his team. He was disappointed in the shot selection. He told them, stay patient, run the offense, make the extra pass. You don't have to make up the deficit all at once. See if they start shooting a little better. Kevin?
Thank you, David. The Jazz with another miss.
Boy, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Shoots from the line. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Ayton's so big inside, he turns a miss into an opportunity.
They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
Mitchell's shot is good. Mitchell's got 13 points in the second half.
And, boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
And stolen by Bogdanovich. The drive by Mitchell.
And the coaching staff loves this. Mitchell being assertive on offense and just imposing his will.
To the middle. And with that shot, the Jazz lead is cut down to just 12 points on the bucket from Devin Booker.
And that's an example of playing big, adapting to the situation.
Tip of the cap there. I mean, that defense was good. The finish was better.
A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Mitchell against Paul. Mitchell's shot is good. Mitchell's got 9 points now in the quarter.
And that's Mitchell at his best. Playing the quarterback on this offense and leaving the D grabbing for air.
Paul. And that one good.
Well, that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
Paul against Mitchell. We've got 1:08 left in the game. Clarkson on the wing. Just 4 to shoot. Here's O'Neal. Used the shot fake to create the angle, but couldn't get it to fall. Here's Crowder. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And you know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
So Utah ends up going with a new group. A big group substitution here for Phoenix. Smith checked in for 8. Torrey Craig comes in for Bridges. Langston Galloway's checked in for Devin Booker. And it's Carter in for Paul. The shot by Oni, no good.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
And they go to the intentional foul. .29 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Mitchell. And it's Phoenix with the rebound.
And I think they realize any hope of a comeback is gone.
Well, realistic at this stage of the game, they're going to lose this one, but will they take something from the loss? And Booker, not just an onlooker. How about that one?
Here's Paul. Gobert with the defensive effort. Mitchell looking it over. Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. And so it's Utah with the win. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap. Tonight, Greg, two teams with a lot of history that know each other very, very well.
And sometimes familiarity breeds contempt.
Yeah.
And that goes for the players, coaches, and fans. This one might get heated.
I'm sure you felt that way many times when you play.
Almost every time I took the floor.
Good.
You literally want to dislike your opponent.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. O'Neal is out there with Gobert, and it's Bogdanovich in at the small forward position. Now here's Conley. Banked in off the glass.
One of Conley's calling cards, getting into the paint and converting, even though he's often the smallest guy on the floor.
Here's Schroeder. Now here's Mitchell. He's coming off a 22-point game against Orlando. And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Caldwell Pope, and he banks in the layup.
Yeah, and then knifing into the middle. Caldwell Pope, not just a perimeter threat. Young fella can elevate.
And the former Utah Ute, Kyle Kuzma, can play either forward spot. Has a good blend, Smitty, of size and speed.
Yes, Kevin, but right now I prefer him at the 4. The reason why, he can stretch the floor, but he can tack a lot of those big forwards. And his shooting, it will get consistent as the years go on. Nice touch from Kyle there. Knows he can score from this area of the court.
Count it, good.
Look, this is how you draw it up coming out of the locker room. 3 of 3 so far.
Schroeder passes to Kuzma, and Kuzma slams it in.
Beautiful location on the pass as usual. Led his man perfectly.
Here's Conley, and it's sent back by Drummond.
Andre Drummond with the wingspan of 7'6". It's going to be hard to get it over him.
And it's Schroeder missing.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Mitchell's shot is good.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
And that takes skill and the ability to make adjustments as you're going up.
Good. Kuzma's got 6 points.
And for those who criticize Drummond facilitating, I say rewatch that play. He's improving.
Conley dishes to Gobert, and that one falls coming off Conley's feet.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Now here's Drummond. One of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game. Here's O'Neal, and a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. And that one misses. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Utah also making some changes. Derek Favors checked in for Rudy Gobert. Joe Ingles comes in for Bogdanovich. And it's Clarkson in for Mike Conley. And he nails the third. And Caruso's got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers. Trailing by 2. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
A bad outing offensively. You break that game down, their issues were pretty clear.
You know, it started off poor execution at the top of the list for me, and that typically leads to a low field goal percentage.
And the Jazz making a change here. Niang's checked in. Here's Mitchell. And that one hits back iron.
Rare for him to get a wide open shot from mid-range and fail to connect.
And Matthews gets it to go.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
For Utah, they've gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
If you're the defense, not much you can do. Donovan Mitchell had his mind made up. Bad intentions.
Here's Caruso. And the rejection by Favors. And here's the fast break. Clarkson leading the way. Sinks that one from the post.
Favors is a terrific big man, a wonderful passer who sees the floor so well.
Caruso, the pass to Horton Tucker. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Here's Caruso. The rebound by the Jazz. There's 57 seconds left to play in the first quarter. The drive by Mitchell. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
Coach doing a great job of putting Mitchell in pick and roll situations. For a young player, he makes good decisions.
And the Lakers with another miss. A chance at a 2-for-1 if they want it.
If I'm them, I try it.
Here's Favors and a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Knocked away. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock.
Donovan Mitchell pushing the basketball down your throat. We know he's going to be aggressive time and time again.
Lakers trail by 8. 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Passes it to Horton Tucker. Here's Caruso. Here's Horton Tucker. Covered by Mitchell. Horton Tucker's shot is off. A pull-up. And it's Mitchell missing. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. It's the Jazz. A little bit earlier, we had a chance to chat with Kyle Kuzma, who loved.
For me, it's super cool.
Well, Kuzma, Greg, has certainly learned a lot, proficient at the offensive end, and adding more to his game every day.
Yeah, I mean, he's been focused on improving the defense and rebounding, and much of that is due to the players he's been surrounded by.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And guys, from what we've been watching with the Jazz, what are you guys seeing out there?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
That's their mindset. Attack, attack, and attack some more. You're not going to beat them playing soft.
Marcus Gasol is out there with Montrezl Harrell. Then it's Matthews, and it's Caruso in at the 1. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. So it's Utah now. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
I like their aggressiveness in that one. No one's going to give you anything. You've got to go out and take it.
Majority of the night, they were in attack mode. Tremendous effort all the way around.
Caruso looking for an opening. This one for 3. Rebound, Utah. Favors got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
For Los Angeles, they have shot just 1 free throw, missing that one earlier. Greg, if your system overall for these teams, if the schemes don't seem to be working, how much can you really change before you get to the offseason, or in particular, before you get to the playoffs?
It's never easy. A system change would come typically with a coaching change. And the reality is you also have to evaluate the roster, and you can't fit that square peg into a round hole. Whatever your system is, it's got to be catered to the personnel you have. You can't go the other way around, and I think that's what separates oftentimes the good coaches from the great ones.
Great dime from Kuzma there, assessing the situation and making the right play.
Clarkson against Caldwell Pope. And it's sent back by Drummond. And it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. And there's another turnover by the Jazz. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Schroeder outside. Drummond in the post. Defended by Gobert. And it's Drummond missing.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Finding a man wide open, Mike Conley does an exceptional job of leading this team.
Here's Drummond. Gets that one to drop. First one of the game after 4 straight misses.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
I'll tell you what, I think he thought that was going in. I sure did.
Caldwell Pope kicks it over to Schroeder. From deep three-point range, but they recover it. Tipped away. Stolen by Conley. O'Neal with it. Guarded now by Morris. Here's Bogdanovich. Here's O'Neal. Clarkson on the wing. Outside Conley.
Hey, who got him?
Back to Clarkson. Shoots the 3. Utah getting another chance here. Just couldn't take the lid off. They had their chances, but came up empty. Out to Morris. Caldwell Pope left side. He dishes it to Drummond, and Drummond throws it down.
You know, every night he plays through a lot of bumps and bruises. Drummond reminds me of Shaq in that respect.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yes, the last few years, the rules changes have tended to benefit the offenses. This evens things out a bit.
Harrell, he's checked in for Drummond. Utah also making some changes. Derek Favors checked in for Royce O'Neal. Joe Ingles comes in for Clarkson, and it's Mitchell in for Mike Conley.
A terrific offensive rebounder. Harrell's energy is what helps him collect second chance opportunities.
Schroeder against Mitchell. Down low. And the rejection by Harrell. Gobert falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
Rudy Gobert getting it done off contact. Love the increase in his focus on the offensive end.
On the wing, Morris. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Force them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
George Niang, he's checked in for the Jazz. Matthews, no good. Utah leading. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Mitchell, rejected by Gasol.
The former defensive player of the year, Gasol, showing his stuff. Hustle points count just like any others. That's a great play.
Pass to Matthews. From deep. The shot misses. Got it off in time. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And a close game. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings. A tremendous start for Donovan Mitchell. He had 10 points. Look at the history of the Utah. And that's...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Donovan Mitchell really making a difference here.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
And not standing around, not settling for perimeter shots. He's looking to attack.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. So on the floor for Utah. Mitchell and Bogdanovich with the wings. Rudy Gobert is out there with O'Neal. And it's Conley in at the point guard position. And it's Mitchell missing. Tries again. The feed to Gobert. Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. Matthews into the lane. And it's Harrell missing. Jazz leading by 6. Strange to see Marc Gasol shooting from outside. His game, Greg, wasn't always like it is now.
I mean, Gasol has added a 3 to his game in the last seasons with Memphis, and it was an immediate success. He became a functioning stretch 5. Early in his career, he was more likely to drag you to the block and just bruise you more than anything else.
Alex Caruso, he's checked in for Dennis Schroeder. And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
And that's what a team needs when they're trailing. Energy on D.
Here's Matthews. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
Push, push, push the basketball and get out of his way. Donovan Mitchell, fantastic on the break.
From deep, Rudy Gobert with the rebound.
Missed 4 straight shots now. At one point, do you have to call a timeout and regroup?
It's his first trip to the line. Free throw drops for Mitchell. Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces, but title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office. The Jazz making a switch here. Clarkson's checked in. Pass to Gasol. Will it go? That shot, no good. So Utah will take it the other way.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far. They continue to be outworked and outmuscled on the backboard.
Out to the right wing. Doubled by Bogdanovich. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Caruso, no good.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
You know what another option is? Just give the ball up. Let someone else make a play.
Lakers trail by 17. Mitchell passes to Gobert.
Hey, watch him.
Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. Mitchell's got 3 assists tonight.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Lets the 3 fly, and the Lakers with another miss.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
All you see is a lot of frustration. Someone needs to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. George Niang, he's checked in for O'Neal, and it's Joe Ingles in for Bogdanovich.
Well, when it comes to carrying an offense, few young players do it as well as Donovan Mitchell.
And it's Drummond missing.
Right idea, but just too much heat on him defensively, even with the fadeaway.
From deep three-point range, the Lakers with the rebound. 1:50 left in the third quarter. Caldwell Pope with it. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. No good, unable to end this run.
A for effort, but when there's that much resistance at the rim, better find another option.
Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Clarkson's got 6 points.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. And the layup falls. Caruso's got his first bucket in this one.
Attacking the defense with the pass. Don't need to be a hero.
Mitchell wide open. The long distance three is buried.
Man, he has been locked in this quarter, shouldering the load at the offensive end.
Here's Kuzma. That one goes. Count it. 8 points for him.
Teams try to play Kuzma physical, but he has the strength to power right through contact.
Mitchell outside. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
They've hardly needed anyone else today to get out to this lead. I mean, he's provided almost all of their offense.
Drummond, and there's the pass to Caruso. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got his 16th rebound on the night.
They keep calling his number, which is partly how they've dug this hole.
Guys, they're just getting outworked. I mean, plain and simple. It's got to be more of a collective effort to secure that backboard.
Shot from the wing. They get it again. The shot off that time. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Next game for him, they'll take on the Raptors at Toronto. That sets off a 5-game tour for him. Here's Drummond. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
Multi-time NBA rebound leader. Might want to think about putting a body on Drummond.
Mitchell looking it over. Again, Mitchell missing. Bounce pass from Morris. Donovan Mitchell firing on all cylinders for the Utah Jazz. He has really delivered at the offensive end. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
This is what you need your floor general to do. Take charge, lead by example, unselfish play.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Morris is out there with Andre Drummond. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Schroeder in at the point. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. The drive by Mitchell. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Now the Lakers on the break. Here's Kuzma. Finished off the break. Kuzma's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for Los Angeles.
Solid at fighting through contact. I like how Kuzma accepts these challenges and converts.
Inside. And O'Neal gets it to go.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
A uncontested shot at the rim. You have to compete at all times. Unselfish, moving the ball. Love to see this kind of offense.
And it's Conley penetrating, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to go on Markieff Morris.
And Conley is so smart at exploiting holes in the defense on the drive. He's incredibly effective at drawing fouls.
Harrell, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, Wilson. Gary Payton, I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school. And it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy. He would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
Here's Caldwell-Pope, and he gets it to go.
All heart from Caldwell-Pope there, using every ounce of strength to muscle that shot in.
Here's Conley, and he lays it straight in.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
For Los Angeles, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there.
More of a score-first point guard, but Schroeder doing a good job of finding the open man.
And here's Conley outside. Another miss by Conley.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession. Gobert, he's checked in for Utah. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Conley against Schroeder. Conley dishes to O'Neal. Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. Utah gets it back.
Oh, tough play underneath there to give them another possession. Just what they were hoping for. A little more time off the clock.
Shot clock at 5. Here's Mitchell. Rebound by Harrell. Lakers trail by 21. Here's Caldwell Pope. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Caldwell Pope's got 4 this quarter.
I love it. Beautiful job getting to the rim, making a play.
Here's Mitchell. Another miss by Utah.
Just not feeling it from beyond the arc. Sometimes that happens. He's trying to shoot his way out of it.
Schroeder outside. 1:32 left in the fourth. And Harrell wide open. He shoots, but they'll get another chance. Here's Morris, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot. And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on. And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Jazz.
Their big advantage was points in the paint.
And they found a way to pound the ball inside. And that was working all game long.
And this will push their record to 39 wins in a good effort tonight.
And continued dominance against this team, winning both of their matchups this season.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Donovan Mitchell.
Hard not to be impressed by what he did tonight. He was aggressive, he was efficient, and the defense had no answer.
Got a piece of it, and he gets it back. Oni passes to Thomas. The 3. Here's Ilyasova, and at last they get one to fall.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
And guess what? It's going to be a fun flight home. Total team effort. Big win on the road.
And here's Utah. They lead by 17. Thomas surveying the D. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Morris into the lane, and Morris throws it down.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. And in the... All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. First... And just about to get underway as the starting five. 2K Sports presents the NBA. Let's see some of the numbers here for Dennis Schroeder.
And he's been very active with his hands. How about the steal numbers this month? He's been really hounding on the defensive side.
So the opening lineup for the Suns. Booker and Bridges are the wings. Andre Ayton out there with Jay Crowder. And it's Paul in at the 1. And for the Lakers, Morris is out there with Andre Drummond. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Kuzma in at the small 4. Out of bounds. Phoenix will take possession.
You know, you think back to DeAndre Ayton's college career, he demonstrated three-point range. And while he's eager to show that in the NBA, the Suns want him to attack the rim.
Now here's Paul, and the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Ref's calling it close already as he picks up a quick early foul.
And Morris has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers. Schroeder kicks to Kuzma. Caldwell-Pope outside. This one for 3. No good that time. Good D by Booker.
And Monty Williams said offensively, Ayton's got to be 80% beast, 20% shooter.
The reason they say that, Greg, is they want him to exploit the elite physical tools he brings to the game. If he can draw more fouls, he can get to the free throw line. And he's such a good shooter there, it only makes sense.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
The Suns have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's Paul. Offensive rebound, and Crowder stays with it.
Well, it's his motor that makes him such an effective offensive rebounder. Jay Crowder is going to play hard. Well, when you're careless with the basketball, you can expect that to happen.
For Phoenix, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And Booker kicks to Crowder. Little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Drummond. And stolen by Kuzma. Schroeder passes to Drummond. Morris outside. Here's Caldwell-Pope. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him. And of the early surprise teams, Doris, some have fallen by the wayside, but some may be for real.
And isn't that one of the most exciting aspects of any season, Kevin? You watch a team perhaps outperform expectations. We see a good team take that next step and become a real threat for a title. Like, there's so many storylines that develop over the course of a long season. I can't wait. Boy, I love Chris Paul's ability to work on the interior. Tenacious, crafty. Few players his size have done it better.
Now here's Caldwell-Pope. His last outing, he had 8 points, and he recovers it. They retain possession. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Alex Caruso is checked in for Dennis Schroeder. And the Suns making a change here as well. Payne, he's checked in for Paul. Booker outside. Tries from 16. Here's Saric. And he banks in the layup.
How about the instincts of Dario Saric? Just exceptional at getting those second chance opportunities.
They double him with Payne. The putback. It's good on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Bridges against Kuzma. Right side Crowder. Here's Bridges. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Lakers trail by 5. To the paint. Crowder with the steal. Fast break. Here come the Suns. Bridges leading the charge. Payne can't hit. The Lakers have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Over in the corner, Caldwell-Pope. No good from outside.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy. Just struggling to make shots right now.
Sharge inside. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Payne can't hit. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Caldwell Pope dishes to Drummond. There's the pass to Caruso. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And so it's Crowder with it. He'll bring it up for the Suns. It's a 5-point game. Left side, Sharge. Pass to Payne. Back to Sharge. Tries from 10. The shot will not fall. Good D by Drummond. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Morris outside. To the inside. Plays it up and banks it in.
Hey, that's Drummond. Throwback center who does almost all of his damage inside.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Payne kicks to Sharge. From deep. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. The Suns beat them last time these two teams met in Phoenix.
And missing your free throws usually changes the complexion of a game. Certainly did in that one.
You know this. Nothing gets a crowd into the game more than a bunch of missed free throws. That's one of the worst things you can do on the road. Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
Here's Kuzma. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. The Suns on top, leading by 3. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other.
Biggest area of growth would definitely be.
Now, having played with superstars, Kuzma is learning what it takes to win.
He's getting only so many shots per game, so I applaud him for finding other ways to contribute to his team with an eye toward the greater goal.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. What stands out to you from the Suns in this one?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Suns. Andre Ayton out there with Kaminsky. Then it's Johnson. Then there's Carter. And it's Galloway in at the 2 spot.
This guy not just a jump shooter now. Dennis Schroeder more than happy to get inside and mix it up.
And the rejection by Harrell. Pass to Ayton. Back to Carter.
You love the anticipation there. Made sure to box out, knew where the ball was going, and doesn't let anyone impede him from pulling in the glass.
Well, you know, teams look for +6s. Players whose wingspans exceed their height by a half foot. Montrezl Harrell is a 6'7" player with a 7'4" wingspan. If you're struggling with the math, ladies and gentlemen, that's a +9.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for Johnson. And Paul subbed in for Carter.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
A 3 from Matthews. That shot, no good. Phoenix leading by 3. Passes to Galloway. And that one drops. And between his length and his athleticism, Montrezl Harrell well suited for that role of small ball center, Greg, in today's NBA.
Yeah, I mean, he's fearless. Even giving up a few pounds, a few inches, he'll go right at you and making steady improvements as a rebounder year over year.
In the corner, it's Galloway. And it's denied.
Exceptional defense from Wes Matthews. This is one of the best defenders in the game.
Here's Harrell, and Harrell slams it in.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Now the feed to Ayton. Does not find the target. That makes him 3 for 5. last game for the Lakers, it was a loss to the Clippers in Los Angeles. Schroeder against Paul. Gasol passes to Horton Tucker. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. Greg, is a broadcaster, who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
And that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who was my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
The pass to Paul. Off target with his three.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Paul dishes to Ayton. Back to Paul. Up and in on the layup. Paul's got 6.
Well, there's a level of physicality that all coaches can appreciate. Chris Paul doing work.
To the middle and stolen by Ayton. Craig kicks to Booker. Tries from 10. Another one falls for Phoenix.
That's a confident play there. Great execution.
Caruso, the pass to Horton Tucker. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. They get the rebound. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. Horton Tucker's got his second bucket.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
On the wing, Booker. 32 points for him last game against Oklahoma City. Here's Craig, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. And the Suns lead by 1. A lot of give and take between these sides early.
Yeah, and both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Kuzma inside. Ayton's there.
That's an encouraging sign for sure. Boy, when DeAndre Ayton is hustling and focused, he can send it back with the best of them.
Kicks it out to Booker. Second shot opportunity. Back to Saric. Paul outside. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Well, some ups and downs for 2018's #1 overall pick, DeAndre Ayton. And that'll...
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You look at Chris Paul, what a contribution.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half. Got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
Contavious Caldwell-Pope is out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then there's Markieff Morris. And it's Kuzma in at the 3. That's the group starting the second half for Frank Vogel. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. And Morris throws it down.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
Here's Morris, and Morris throws it down.
One of those bigs who can do a little bit of everything for you. Morris beasting and feasting in transition.
Morris against Paul. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. Paul's got 8. The Lakers in the lead. Here's Kuzma. Buries it down low.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's Paul with the ball for the Phoenix Suns. When Kuzma first entered the league, the Lakers were a rebuilding team. Now, Greg, he's one of the more experienced pieces on this team.
And Kuzma's made the most of it, switching to a learning role, tries to absorb as much as he can from the vets, and he does everything he can to pick their brain and improve on those little things in terms of championship caliber basketball.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Paul outside. But they recover it. Here's Ayton, and it's sent back by Drummond.
A high motor keeps Drummond engaged defensively. He doesn't want to let any shots go in.
Schroeder dishes to Caldwell Pope. Here's Drummond, and it's wide right. It's off the rim.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
A nice shot by Booker.
Well, you love Crowder's willingness to distribute the basketball. His vision allows him to set his teammates beautifully.
That's tipped. Paul with the steal. Bridges with it. Picked up by Kuzma. Ayton, and Ayton stays with it. Ayton's got 4 this quarter.
Well, they're winning largely because of this guy's play. He has been sensational.
Kuzma kicks it over to Schroeder. To the paint. Out to Morris. Here's Kuzma. A three-pointer off the mark. The Suns leading. Bridges inside the three-point line. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And once Schroeder was asked to name his favorite NBA city, I believe it surprised a lot of fans when he said Milwaukee.
That's right, Greg, but he cited the strong German culture there. Schroeder, of course, went straight from Germany to the NBA. He relied on his athleticism early on, but now he's seeing the game much better, plays under control, can lead the team. He has had a tremendous amount of growth.
And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail biter.
Caruso, the pass to Harrell. And it's good for 2. Harrell's got his second bucket of the night.
Guys, not much more a defender can do in that situation. Harrell with the focus and the strength to just power through the contact.
Here's Johnson. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. And the Suns lead by 1.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And here's the fast break. Payne in the post. Lakers have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. And that one's good. Schroeder.
Well, nice job by Wesley Matthews to read the defense and put it on time and on target.
Carter kicks to Kaminsky. Here's Johnson. No good on that one. And the Lakers take it the other way. Next game for them, they'll take on the Raptors at Toronto. They hit the road with that, the first of a 5-game run. And that one's good. Caruso.
There is such incredible awareness and feel for the game. Marc Gasol's such a good passer.
Down low, here's Johnson. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throw. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And this is Schroeder's game, right? Get off the dribble drive with a quick first step. Nice.
Here's Payne. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. A big-time effort for Dennis Schroeder, providing a lot of energy for Los Angeles. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We come back right after this. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. On the court now for the Suns, getting going here in the fourth. They've got Saric, Carter out there with Payne. Then it's Johnson, and it's Craig in at the 3 slot. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Gasol dishes to Caldwell Pope. He can't get that one to fall. The Suns go the other way with it. Here's Craig, defended by Gasol. Here's Craig. And that shot misses everything. Air ball on the 3. And here's Caldwell Pope. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. And there it is for him. And the Lakers lead by 2.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Boy, when it's this close, you try not to give up these kinds of buckets. Boy, you got to do better defensively.
Basket good. Johnson's got it all tied up now for Phoenix.
They continue to battle out there, so close to taking the lead.
Yeah, but that's been elusive. They've missed a few plays along the way that they'd love to have back.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Count that one. Lakers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Caldwell Pope finds Harrell. Lakers passing it around. It's stolen by Saric. Fast break, here come the Suns. Payne looking around. He's looking for Saric and finds him. They now take the lead.
This guy is an efficient scorer. Dario Saric knows his strengths on the offensive end and can capitalize.
Harrell the pass to Caldwell Pope. Offensive rebound. Feeds it to Gasol. It's stolen by Saric. Payne with it. Their offense has been great here.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance.
And some changes here for the Lakers. Andre Drummond's checked in for Gasol. Markieff Morris comes in for Harrell. And Kyle Kuzma's subbed in for Alex Caruso. And the Suns here with a different look. Jay Crowder's checked in for Johnson. Mikal Bridges comes in for Torrey Craig. Booker, he's checked in for Carter. And Paul's subbed in for Payne. Paul with the steal. And there's Bridges on the assist by Paul. Paul's got 3 assists tonight.
There's a level of floor awareness that has always been innate to Chris Paul. What a pretty find.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Here's Paul. We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter. Kicks it out to Booker. Inside. Here's Saric over Drummond. Pass to Booker. 5 to shoot. Lets it fly from 18. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Saric has got the lead up to 6 now for Phoenix.
What a lift, that dunk. Saric putting it home with no doubt.
Drummond banked in off the glass.
Yeah, I love the tenacity. Terrific move at a crucial point in this game.
That is not settling. That is going for a high percentage look at a critical time. Nicely done.
And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That is his first foul of the game. And that one falls from Saric.
You know, sometimes just standing up there by yourself, it takes even more focus to drain the technical, but he gets it done and adds to their lead.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Schroeder's checked in. And a change for the Suns. Ayton, he's checked in for Dario Saric. It's stolen by Schroeder. And here they come. Here's Morris. Finished off the break.
Oh, stop it. When this guy locks in, boy, Morris can be a big-time factor. That's a huge bucket.
Paul looking over the floor. Dishes it to Ayton. Morris with the rebound.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Schroeder passes to Morris. Yes!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
Paul against Schroeder. From about 19 feet, it's deflected.
Wow, twice on the pipe from Dennis Schroeder. Woohoo!
It's in!
Wow, a huge play from Dennis Schroeder. You love the focus.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The drive by Booker. Here's Ayton. Caldwell Pope with some nice D. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operation.
Here's Booker. Yes!
Well, he can hit big shots. Booker's about as confident a young man as we've seen when the pressure's on.
And stolen by Ayton. So it's the Suns taking the W in a close one. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for David. Thank you as always. And that about wraps it up for Greg Anthony. is Kevin Harlan along.
Kevin, thank you very much.
Thanks, David. That's David Aldridge, our NBA Hall of Famer. Well, a chance to check out some stats for Devin Booker.
And something has really clicked for him at the free throw line. In the past 5 games, his percentage at the line is much better than it had been prior. Sometimes that's how it works. A switch flips, and all of a sudden, you're locked in.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. O'Neal is out there with Bogdanovich, and it's Gobert in at the center, locking down the middle. And for the Suns, Booker and Bridges are the wings. Andre Ayton out there with Jay Crowder, and it's Paul in at the point guard. Here's Mitchell. Jay Crowder pulls it in. And it's the Suns' ball. Last time they met was in Utah, where they beat the Jazz.
And the last time they were able to come away with that win because of their depth. Great production from the reserves.
Probably looking for more of the same here. As we know, a deep bench so crucial to any team's success.
And it's Mitchell with the jam.
And he's a pure point guard with terrific vision. Conley finds open teammates at times before they realize they're open.
To the inside, here's Ayton. That shot misses. And it's Utah the other way. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
And the difference in that one, the efficiency from range. They really focused on getting good looks.
It looked like the directive in that game was that they wanted to attack, and all that work that they put in on the perimeter turned into a big night from deep.
Passes it to Bridges. You know, at this point of the year, what's the main thing Brent, a head coach, has to do to keep his team focused for the second half of the season?
I think at this point, the foundation that you've laid should be there. So now what you try to do is schematically, maybe you go through some different defensive coverages. You try some different combinations of players to make sure that guys can make that adaptability quick enough that if that becomes part of a playoff scheme, you're ready for it.
The drive by Mitchell, rejected by Booker, and they get it back. Second chance shot. Bridges with the board.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And that one's good, Ayton.
Again, with that kind of size, DeAndre Ayton is going to draw some fouls and does not shy away from contact.
Conley gets the bucket.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Cameron Payne's checked in for Phoenix. And Utah also making a switch. Clarkson's checked in, and he's able to get it back. And the basket is good. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Utah Jazz. And stolen by Ayton. First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. Booker against Clarkson. Booker the pass to Bridges. Here's Ayton. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. For Utah, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. The shot by Clarkson, no good. Phoenix has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Pushing it up. The pass to Bridges. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Now, Gobert. An 11-point game for him in the win against Orlando.
I'm not sure in that game if it was him or Dikembe Mutombo out there, guys. I was just hoping to see one finger wave after one of those floor blocks. No, 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 not today.
Booker in the corner. Just 5 on the clock. To the middle. Here's Ayton. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Ayton's got 6 points.
DeAndre Ayton happy to shoot at that range. Nice stroke.
Bounce pass Conley. And the rejection by Ayton. On the wing, Booker. He's covered by Clarkson. Booker dishes to Crowder. From the arc. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Back to Ayton. Over Gobert. And that one's good. Ayton. He's got 8.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. He gets that one.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
The Suns leading. Payne in the post. Covered by Conley. It's going to be out of bounds. The Suns will retain possession. We've got 13 seconds left here in the first quarter. And now running up the court, Ingles pushing it up. And they pick up 2. 6 points for Mike Conley.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
It's all tied in Phoenix. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And from what we've seen, guys, from the Suns, what are you thinking so far?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Keep plays alive with your activity. That's what it's about.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And so in the game for the Jazz, they've got Donovan Mitchell. He's out there with Jordan Clarkson. Joe Ingles is out there with Favors, and it's Niang in at the power forward. Carter against Mitchell. Stolen by Carter. Takes it off the glass.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And then Mitchell with the dunk.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Sharch finds Johnson. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Johnson's got his first basket.
And Saric, just one of those European players that comes over with the fundamentals. Beautiful play there.
Mitchell and Utah again with the bucket.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
The Suns trailing. And there's Saric on the assist by Carter.
Saric, one of those guys with size and a combination of a deft touch. And in close, he's effective.
And it's Mitchell with the jam.
Oh, big finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. Kaminsky, the pass to Saric. Pass to Galloway. Shot clock at 6. On the wing, Johnson. Back to Galloway. From deep three-point range. Utah with the rebound.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
And here's Saric. He'll bring it up for Phoenix. Trailing by 2. Their next game is at the Rockets Arena in Houston for a game with the Rockets. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about.
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Here's Ayton. 2 points. That one goes. Ayton's got the game tied up here for the Suns.
Such a tremendous physical profile that Ayton has. He's getting it done down low.
Sinks the triple.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
1:29 left in the second quarter. Ball against Conley. Knocks it loose. No good from Booker.
And he gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
From deep Ingles. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. Ayton's got his 4th rebound in this one. There's 57 seconds left in the first half of the game. And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That's his first foul. Jazz on D. It's a 3-point game. Kicks it out to Paul. 6 to shoot. Back to Ayton. Over Gobert.
He's been unable to keep it going after that hot start.
And it's Ayton missing. And here's Bogdanovich for 3. Phoenix grabs the miss. Ayton's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Paul, no one around him. Drains the 19-footer.
Well, that's a sweet spot for Paul. That zone between the arc and the paint might be his favorite. A career 50% two-point shooter.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Mikal Bridges comes in for Crowder, and it's Payne in for Booker. O'Neal's checked in for the Jazz.
Yeah, that first quarter was a bit shaky. Good to see a player who doesn't let a slow start get to him.
Here's Conley. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Conley's got 11 points. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fair. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the Utah found themselves in a close game in the first. The period wrapped up with the teams on. And that'll do it.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. We're seeing a tremendous game from Mike Conley.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Booker and Bridges are the wings. Jay Crowder out there with Ayton. And it's Paul in at the 1 spot. That's who's out there for Phoenix.
Still a solid point guard in this league. When Conley is healthy, he makes a considerable impact on both ends.
Outside Crowder. To the paint. And the shot is good. The Utah lead has been cut down to just 1 on the basket from Ayton.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Here's Conley. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
I'm impressed with Conley's scoring ability here. He's an alert guard who understands how to attack the defense.
Ayton kicks it out to Booker. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Now Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
Ball against Conley.
Hey, yo, right here.
Here's Gobert. Over Ayton. Tries again. And the shot goes in from Rudy Gobert. Gobert's got his first 2 points.
He knows his job. Gobert is there to own the glass and cash in on as many second chance opportunities as he can.
And it's Ayton missing. Jazz leading by 5. Conley kicks to Mitchell. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
Passes like this demonstrate Conley's unselfishness as well as his desire to get his guys going on offense.
Here's Booker. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Booker's got his second bucket tonight.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Conley into the lane. It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Booker the pass to Paul. Pulls up. He doesn't hit that one. So Utah will take it the other way. Here's Mitchell. And the layup's good off the glass. And now it's a 9-point Utah lead.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
Mitchell, good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And it's Paul with the ball for the Phoenix Suns. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Here's O'Neal. Mitchell wide open. Goes back up. Out of bounds, Phoenix takes possession. A platoon swap here for Phoenix. Derek Favors checked in for Utah. Clarkson comes in for Michael Conley. Suns trail by 11. Here's Galloway. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. The feed to Šarić. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the 1 pick or the 2nd pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not. Kaminsky finds Šarić. And again, it's the Suns missing.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there.
Here's Mitchell. Johnson with the block. But they get it back. Mitchell outside. Over Johnson. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Well, that's a shot they want just about on every possession if they can get it. He doesn't make them all, but still very much a high percentage look.
1:06 left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Here's Mitchell. It's good. Mitchell's got the lead up to 11 now for Utah.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And that one, good.
Excellent job of simply taking what the defense offered up.
Jazz leading by 9. Here's Mitchell. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
And what a ferocious finish. Once Mitchell gets some speed behind him, look out.
The Suns have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the 3rd quarter. 4 of 8. Johnson attacking. Great D that time from Favors. Utah has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the 2nd half. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And the shot is good.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
For Utah, they've gone 8 of 13 on shot attempts to begin the 2nd half. Mitchell with the bounce pass. Favors dishes to Mitchell. Phoenix grabs the miss. Here's Galloway. Another shot, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
The Suns shooting their first free throws of the night.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line. Galloway
hits both of them.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
The third quarter comes to a close. Jazz out in front, up by 7. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Suns trail by 7, so on the floor for Utah. Jordan Clarkson is out there with Donovan Mitchell. Then there's Favors, then it's O'Neal, and it's Bogdanovich in at the 3. That drive by Carter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. A three-pointer, no good. Utah leading by 7. Mitchell with it, and it's Johnson picking him up.
And there's an edge to Mitchell's game. He wants to be the guy in charge, and if that means he's got to get physical, he'll do it.
Here's Saric. Favors with the rebound.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good look.
And then Mitchell with the dunk.
And you got to clog up those lanes. Mitchell just explodes to the rim when he gets to that launching pad.
Lays it up off the glass. Mitchell's got 26.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Payne's shot is good.
Now, that play never gets old. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
Mitchell outside. No good. Shot missing. So Phoenix will take it the other way. Carter down low. He's covered by Clarkson, and it's Carter missing. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Utah. Mike Conley comes in for Jordan Clarkson. Mitchell outside. Bridges with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. Count that one. Paul's got it back down to within single digits for the Suns.
And on that kind of play, no one can match up with Paul going back the other way. Just too crafty and too skilled. He's going to do damage.
Mitchell right side. Phoenix grabs the miss. Ayton's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Jumps up. And there's Bridges on the assist by Ayton. Bridges has got his first points of the game.
That's pretty steady from Bridges. Does not let the contact throw him off one bit.
On the wing, Mitchell. Conley against Booker. They double team Conley over to the left wing. O'Neal inside. Ayton's there. Shot clock at 3. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ayton. And here is Conley. Pass to Gobert. And stolen by Ayton. And here comes the break. The kick out to Crowder. And he drops it in from the low post. Now just a 5-point Utah lead.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Well, I hope there's one player on that team out there that has interest in winning this game. Right now, it doesn't look to be one.
Booker against Conley. They can't stop the run with that one.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it.
Gobert with it, now guarded by Booker, and slammed Dunk by Gobert.
And when Gobert is making a move to the bucket, it's best to just stay out of the way. There's a lot of momentum behind the big fella.
And it's Paul penetrating. Kicks it to Ayton. It's stolen by Gobert. Takes the three. Phoenix grabs the miss.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Suns trail by 7.
And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
Looking unlikely right here. That time ticking away.
And so Gobert will bring it up for the Jazz. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight. Getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
He hits the first one, and that brings them within single digits.
Well, Devin Booker is among some of the youngest, most elite scorers that the league has ever seen. And the sky is the limit for this guy.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Mike Kaminsky, he's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Smith comes in for Crowder. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for Mikal Bridges. And Cameron Payne subbed in for Paul. Here's Mitchell. The putback, and there's Gobert putting it right back in. And the Jazz lead by 10.
And when Gobert goes up, he gets up. Hair time to spare as he slams the putback home.
Mitchell looking it over. High post, Gobert, and stolen by Payne. One-on-one fast break. The layup off target. And the foul called on Cameron Payne. That's his first foul. Here's Mitchell. Count it.
Finishing strong. This is how you want.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, And we've got time.
Kevin, thanks.
What a great guy. D.A., thank you for that. Let's see some of the numbers here for him.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. We've got Caldwell Pope. Markieff Morris is out there with Andre Drummond. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. And it's Kuzma in at the small forward. And for the Jazz, Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Bogdanovich out there with O'Neal. And it's Gobert in at the 5 down low. The drive by Mitchell. And then Mitchell at the dunk.
And footwork really so important. Donovan threads the drive there with such grace.
And Kuzma slams it in.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside.
Tell you what, you'd hate to be the...
A dynamic leaper with an impressive wingspan. Mitchell usually has some flashy dunks up his sleeve.
And the Lakers turn it over again. Greg, how hard is it to maintain focus this time of year when you know you're on a championship contending team?
You know, some of that I think depends on the leadership you have in your locker room. Certain guys just keep everybody engaged and motivated. And you know what? You've got to break the season down into chapters to help yourself with the motivation, because sometimes that season can be so long and it's hard to stay focused in the present when you start thinking about the postseason.
I agree. And it's Mitchell missing. The Lakers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. It's Kuzma penetrating. And Kuzma slams it in.
Boy, I love this from Kuzma. When he attacks with this kind of ferocity and confidence, watch out. Hide and protect the children.
Conley dishes to Gobert. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Morris. Schroeder with the ball. Conley picks him up. Schroeder against Conley. Jazz have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. From deep. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
Well, they made a few key shots, but missed many more. It was a rough night for them offensively.
And you know what? If you're not going to outwork your opposition, then you typically are going to get outplayed.
Kuzma outside. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Joe Ingles, who's checked in for O'Neal, and it's Clarkson in for Donovan Mitchell. And it's Conley penetrating. Gobert, great positioning on the putback.
He knows his job. Gobert is there to own the glass and cash in on as many second chance opportunities as he can.
A wide open look here for Kuzma. Los Angeles with another miss. Utah comes into this one after the win against the Magic. Here's Conley. Count that bucket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Los Angeles with another miss.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And here's Gasol. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Trailing by 2. Last time they met was in Salt Lake City, Utah, where they fell to the Jazz.
Yeah, on the road, you're already a little out of your element. Then the misses from the line become contagious.
And, you know, one of the things about missing free throws is not only are you not getting points yourself, but it allows the other team to maintain momentum or keep a rally going.
Outside Conley. Second shot opportunity, and it's good on the layup. Conley's got his second basket of the night.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Well, I'll tell you what, his vertical is awesome, off the charts. A short center who still makes his presence felt.
Oh, the lob to Gobert. The shot that time, not on target.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Derek Favors checked in for Rudy Gobert. George Niang comes in for Bogdanovich. And it's Mitchell in for Mike Conley. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Horton Tucker's checked in. Yep, that one goes in there.
Yeah, Matthews, his effort is relentless. He never gives up on a play.
Mitchell with it. Gasol covering. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. And stolen by Favors. Down low, Mitchell. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Mitchell with the bounce pass. The rebound by Gasol. Outside Matthews. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. At the end of one, both teams putting... And earlier we got a few words from Marc Gasol regarding...
the way he plays defensively, you know what he stands for.
And of course, Gasol and Leonard won the championship together in 2019. Largely, Greg, because of their ability to play defense and get stops.
And two former defensive players of the year on the same team. That's going to be your foundation. But both guys were tremendous at the other end as well, albeit in different ways.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Lakers.
Really some great drives to the basket here early on for these guys.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
And now brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And so in the game for the Jazz, Mitchell is out there with Jordan Clarkson. Then it's Joe Ingles. Then there's Favors. And it's Niang in at the four-man position. That one doesn't go. Utah trailing here. Mitchell right side. It's stolen by Schroeder. Drummond finds Morris. Back to Drummond. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And, you know, Drummond has no problem playing through contact. He excels at using that strong body of his to fight through contact and finish.
For three. The Jazz with another miss. Lakers leading by 3. And now the fast break. Schroeder with the ball. Caruso, no good. For Utah, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Here's Mitchell. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
And there's an edge to Mitchell's game. He wants to be the guy in charge, and if that means he's got to get physical, he'll do it. I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Ripped away. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Schroeder, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Now it's a 5-point Laker lead.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
And what a ferocious finish. Once Mitchell gets some speed behind him, look out.
Morris outside. Here's Caruso. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalries. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
That's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
Out to Morris. Pass to Caruso. There's the triple. And the Lakers get it back. A second chance effort to the left wing. Here's Horton Tucker. And it's off from three-point range. So Favors will bring it up for Utah. They trail by 1. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
They shot the lights out from deep. Really stretched out the defense in that one.
There's all kind of talk in the game today about stretching the floor, because when you do that, everything else just becomes a little easier.
Clarkson against Schroeder. And the pass to Drummond. And no good that time. Great D that time from Favors. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
It's rebounded by Schroeder.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
And that one drops for him. Caruso's got 5 points in the quarter.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Here's Horton Tucker. Second shot opportunity, and it's Drummond missing. And there's the foul. We'll go on Alex Caruso. That is his first foul of the game. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Favors. Bogdanovich comes in for George Niang. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Royce O'Neal. And Mike Conley subbed in for Jordan Clarkson.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Bogdanovich left side. And he uses the glass on the layup. Bogdanovich has got the lead up to 3 now for the Jazz.
On the perimeter and on the inside, too, Bogdanovich able to put points on the board.
And Matthews gets it to go.
Boy, you can see the connection these guys have. They ran the play well. The defense had no idea how to deal with it.
Oh, he gets it to go. Wow.
It counts.
Oh, incredible.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following half.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. Donovan Mitchell was on fire in the first half. He had 16 points. And when we talk about the best shooters in the game, and we were just doing that moments ago. Thanks for joining us.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Donovan Mitchell really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then there's Markieff Morris. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. And it's Drummond in at the center position. Schroeder against Conley.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, if they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
And the coaching staff loves this. Mitchell being assertive on offense and just imposing his will.
Back to Schroeder. Pass to Morris. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Kuzma. Here's Drummond. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Drummond's got 6.
This is what Drummond is known for, fellas. I mean, assertive, aggressive, relentless, hard-working. He's just a dogged offensive rebound.
Here's Conley. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint. And at last season's trade deadline, Andre Drummond traded away basically for a second-round pick. A shockingly low return for a guy who was once considered a franchise player.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
Here's Mitchell. Offline with his 3. Lakers trail by 10. Back to Caldwell Pope. Out to Kuzma. Back to Caldwell Pope. And again, the Lakers no good. And Greg, why is it that the Pistons got so little in exchange for Drummond?
Well, I think he was an impending free agent. I think Detroit looking to rebuild. Also, it says something about the center position in today's game.
Inside, here's Schroeder. Great pass to set up the lay-in. 6 points for Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah, first and foremost, he's a pass-first team player, is Caldwell Pope. Love seeing that.
And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Schroeder with the ball. Now defended by Mitchell. Here's Morris. They get it back. Gobert with the block. Mitchell against Schroeder. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that. You know, at the end of the day, size does matter, especially on the glass.
Launches it. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Mitchell's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Well, he's just zoned in. I mean, in most cases, taking quality shots very much within the flow of the offense.
Drummond passes to Morris. Gobert with the block. Mitchell outside. And it's sent back by Drummond.
Not letting that one fly. Drummond using his height and wingspan to deny the shooter.
Another shot. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got 7 rebounds in the game. Conley with it. Guarded now by Morris. And it's in off the backboard. Conley's got 13 points.
And it was going back and forth there for a while, but now starting to just stretch out that lead a bit. They're definitely looking like the better team.
To end the run. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Selected 9th overall in the 2012 draft, Drummond's carved out a nice NBA career for himself.
A different look for Utah. Derek Favors checked in for Royce O'Neal. Joe Ingles comes in for Bogdanovich. And it's Jordan Clarkson in for Mike Conley. Alex Caruso, he's checked in for the Lakers. Here's Gobert. The shot comes out. Kuzma with the defensive effort. Here's Morris. Lays it up and banks it in.
He's obviously hit a bit of a dry spell here. Only 1 of 5 this quarter.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. The drive by Mitchell. Here's Gobert, and he drops in the layup off the glass. He has 6.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
Here's Mitchell, and the layup's good off the glass. Mitchell's got 11 in the second half.
And, man, does Mitchell get buckets. And from everywhere on the floor. A versatile offensive threat.
And so it's Utah holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
It sure is. I mean, he's a maestro. Great vision, terrific IQ, everything you want in a point guard.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Favors and Gobert, the tough pair inside. Clarkson is out there with Conley. And it's Ingles in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw. Craig, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now as opposed to when you play?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, you know, incidental. And I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that that ability to play in space is so vital.
Gasol is one of the best passers in the league. I mean, in his position, there aren't many better. Excellent at scanning the floor and finding the open man.
Conley with the 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
One made 3 formed for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
And here's Ingles outside. Utah getting another chance here. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Jazz.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And also, their second chance points have been a story all night as well. That's just pure effort and hustle. A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
And Jordan Clarkson is going to pick up the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And Utah making a change here. O'Neal's checked in, and the Lakers also making a change. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Alex Caruso. Outside Conley. Tries from 10. It doesn't go for him. And it's the Lakers the other way.
Well, I don't think he's performing up to his own expectations, but they still find themselves out in front.
And Harrell slams it in.
Matthews has a nice feel, guys, for when a teammate has a clean look, gets him the ball.
Here's Clarkson. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Clarkson's got 4 points this quarter. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Greg, we're seeing the game evolve. We're seeing more and more big men displaying perimeter skills. Do you like that, or is there a part of you that misses those days when it all played out inside the lane in a very condensed area?
Listen, Kev, I think the game has kind of evolved on from the impact that the bigs had on the interior, but not the impact that they're having on the game. The reality is the game just doesn't stand still. And now as a big, you've got to have far more versatility. You got to be able to play in space. And as a fan, I just find the game to be more appealing to watch with the freedom of movement, the flow, and more of the skill set being put on display.
I agree. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Boy, you look at Mike Conley. He's been around a long time, folks, double-digit years. Does a little bit of everything out there, and outstanding, not only in the locker room, but also in the community, too. Just 5-star in every way.
And Utah making a change here. Mitchell's checked in. Harrell, that's good.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Conley with it. Now guarded by Harrell. Baseline jumper. That one off the back iron and out.
Not sure if he just ran out of gas or what. He's been awful ever since the second half started. Not even been a factor.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Jazz leading by 13. Here's Conley. Can't hit that one. Straight D that time from Dennis Schroeder. And here we go again. The Lakers on the break. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. Stolen by Mitchell. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. But they'll get another chance. Fires the three. Rebounded by the Lakers. Morris has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Caldwell Pope. Rebound by Mitchell.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face. And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Jazz.
I think the attitude was very impressive. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Absolutely. They put on a tremendous performance in terms of the effort and intensity. This was a well-deserved win.
And this will push their record to 39 wins in a good effort tonight.
And continued dominance against this team, winning both of their matchups this season.
And, you know, against a conference opponent who you're going to see 4 times total on the season, a 2-0 advantage is pretty healthy.
And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to make a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And that one's good, Caruso. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Oni. Off target from three-point range. Here's McKinney. Rebound, Utah. So we see the Jazz get the win here. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor.
And above the rim play, always captivating, Steve. We should see a lot of that tonight.
And Kevin, I'm so excited. You know, I played under the rim, so to get a chance to watch guys play well above, I am getting my popcorn ready.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Morris is out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Schroeder in at the guard position.
Drummond is very active on the offensive glass. This is where he can pile up a lot of points.
The shot's good.
And I'll bet that's what they talked about before the game, getting the ball inside early.
Here's Kuzma, and Kuzma slams it in.
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell-Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
Caldwell-Pope against Booker. Pass to Bridges, and stolen by Kuzma. Drummond passes to Schroeder. He gets that one.
And for those who criticize Drummond facilitating, I say rewatch that play. He's improving.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. It's Crowder on the wing. He's guarded by Schroeder. Kicks it out to Booker. 5 on the clock. Goes up on the high post. Off the left rim and out.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's best when he lets the game come to him, when he's not forcing shots, not making things tough on himself, not making tough passes. You know, Smitty, a simple approach does wonders for him.
Kevin, you applaud the maturity of KCP to realize that. He knew he needed to change his game to improve. Focusing on making the easy play has made him a very valuable member of this team.
Kuzma against Bridges. Here's Caldwell-Pope. Morris outside. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
I mean, beautiful execution of the game plan offensively. So far, they are hitting 80% from the field.
Now here's Paul. 17 points for him last game against Oklahoma City.
He was very active on defense, too, recording 3 steals for the game.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
That one's off, still out of sync.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup. Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Also, if you can't get stops at this point, it really doesn't matter what you do at the offensive end.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor. Around halfway through the season, and a chance here to recap where all the teams in the West sit in the standings. Taking a look at Phoenix. They're holding on to second spot in the conference. A great season for them so far. And, of course, the Lakers, 4 games back.
And I think for the Suns, they have caught the entire league off guard. This was not a position anyone thought they'd be in at this stage of the season.
They've been one of the great stories in the league this year. No doubt about it. Fans all over the league have gotten behind these guys.
And Caruso's got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers. There's 1:47 left in the first quarter. And again, no good by the Lakers.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Johnson kicks to Payne. Passes it to Šarić. Gasol with the rebound. Lakers leading by 5. Matthews goes in. Count that one.
They are just killing them on the interior.
The Suns have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Payne dishes to Kaminsky. And stolen by Harrell. Wesley Matthews on the wing. Lakers passing it around. Caruso, the pass to Gasol. Harrell with it. To the left side wing. Here's Horton Tucker. Offensive rebound. Out left to the wing. Here's Harrell. And finally they hit one.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Suns trail by 9. To the middle. Here's Galloway. Basket is good. The assist from Johnson.
Langston Galloway maneuvering himself around the painted area.
Horton Tucker. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. For Los Angeles, they have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
Phoenix making some changes. Torrey Craig comes in for Kaminsky, and it's Carter in for Langston Galloway. The Suns have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Carter down low. He's covered by Matthews. Here's Horton Tucker. Lays it up off the glass.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Already ahead by double digits, trying to run away and not look back.
Payne passes to Šarić. That one goes. Count it.
And how about capitalizing there in close? Šarić has the touch to take advantage from just about anywhere.
Out of bounds, Phoenix takes possession.
Boy, if you're the coach, you hate to see that kind of miscommunication between your guys.
And so it's Los Angeles. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
They came in looking to attack from the get-go, willing to be physical and setting the tone.
Johnson is out there with Dario Šarić. Then it's Payne. Then there's Carter. And it's Craig in at the small forward position. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Here's Horton Tucker. His last outing, 16 points for him. Matthews, no good. Suns trail by 9. To the paint. And Carter with the basket on the assist from Payne.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Gasol passes to Caruso. Harrell against Johnson. Here's Gasol. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Gasol's got his first basket of the night. Here's Šarić. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play. With COVID shortening the season and the schedule, Steve, being tinkered with, do you think the NBA will make permanent changes to the season schedule?
Kevin, I don't think so. When everything gets back to normal, I think we'll be at 82 games and starting, like we usually do in October, September for games. I just think the NBA has done a fantastic job of being able to adapt to this situation.
And they double up Paul to the wing on the left. Šarić inside. Working on Drummond. The shot by Šarić, no good. Here's Caldwell Pope. Softly drops in the floater. Caldwell Pope's got 5.
And Schroeder entrusted to run this offense, making the right call.
Paul dishes to Ayton. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Šarić with it now, guarded by Schroeder. Misses from short range. And here's Caldwell Pope. He brings it up for the Lakers. The Suns beat them last time these two teams met in Phoenix.
When they ran the offense right, they found some easy shots, but on that occasion, it was few and far between.
They take 1 step forward, 2 steps back, and exercise in frustration.
Paul left side. Šarić against Drummond. And Šarić kicks to Bridges. All alone. Rebounded by the Lakers. Drummond's got 6 rebounds in the game.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
He has a wiry frame, but he's stronger than he looks. Shooter, unafraid of contact, able to complete the play.
Paul passes to Ayton, and he makes that one.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And Kuzma slams it in.
I'm not surprised to see Kuzma throw it down. He's got the length and leaping ability to do so.
Here's Paul, and it's sent back by Drummond. Here's Kuzma in the hoop for his 3rd make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
A uncontested shot at the rim. You have to compete at all times.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Makes it off the glass. Caldwell Pope's got 7.
Well, now that they've settled into this game, you can see the offense is firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, the reason why they made the adjustments they needed to make. They are executing.
And you have to get Šarić out of the paint. Once he's inside, he's ready to take it home.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Suns trail by 16. There's 49 seconds left in the first half. Booker finds Ayton. Banked in off the glass. Ayton's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Sweet find there by Booker. All eyes on him with the ball, and Devin understands that. That has a nice feel for giving up the rock. Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Drummond working against Booker.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
He's off on that one. Some solid defense from Ayton. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. He hits both from the stripe.
Money from the stripe. He does a great job night in and night out.
Lakers leading by 14. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile 1 block?
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block.
Here's Galloway, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
That's just good basketball. Can't ask for a better look.
Here's Caruso. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Caruso's got his first points in this one. To the inside. It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Fantastic anticipation. He has active hands. Even though he doesn't come away with the turnover, he's disrupting their offensive flow.
And thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to... It's the Lakers out on top at halftime. They lead by 14. Kenny, give us your tip. And that's...
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Nice game. Great performance by Dario Šarić.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
Why go away from something that's working? Force the defense to prove that they can stop it.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at the Lakers. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. Then there's Andre Drummond. And it's Morris in at the 4 slot. Suns trail by 14. Here's Booker, and it's good, 2 points. Booker's got his first bucket of the night.
Against Booker, a little contact usually doesn't go a long way. Strong body control there.
That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. And it's Paul with the ball for Phoenix. They can look forward to the Rockets arena after this matchup to take on Houston. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Here's Kuzma. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
The drive by Paul, and he banks in the layup. Paul's got 6.
3 out of 4 coming out of the half, showing good execution on the offensive end.
Los Angeles calls timeout. The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now, and in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's 3 guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble, from 3, and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those 3 guys can all hit pull-ups and step-backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the 3 guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having to guard the three-point line. Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
Suns trail by 8. The drive by Booker. The Lakers have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. And Matthews gets it to go. Matthews has got his second bucket of the night. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's Booker, and the dunk by Booker.
Excellent footwork there. Booker, so tricky on the drive. You can't predict what he's going to do.
The drive by Schroeder. Good work defensively by Crowder.
He liked to have that one back. That's easy money.
And stolen by Harrell. And here's the break. And the Lakers get it back. The Suns have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip.
Plays with a high motor. Crowder knows only one way to play, and that's in 5th gear.
Schroeder passes to Gasol. Now Harrell. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol. Now we get a chance to check out some stats for him. And the Suns here with a different look. Kaminsky is checked in for Ayton. Torrey Craig comes in for Johnson. Langston Galloway's checked in for Devin Booker. And it's Carter in for Cameron Payne. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Caruso's checked in. And it's Carter missing. And it's the Lakers on the break. Here's Schroeder. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
Continuing to stoke the fire, his shot making has been absolutely superb.
Now here is Carter. Inside. Here's Galloway. Goes back up. Doesn't go for him. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. At one point, they led by 16. When this game is done, they'll be off to take on the Raptors. Horton Tucker, that's good.
Can't be that easy for him. Gotta body him up down low.
And you have other methods as well. You could deny or you can just front the post.
Crowder, and the rejection by Harrell. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. And he uses the glass on the layup. And it's a 12-point Laker lead.
The big fella loves to pass. Marc Gasol with the vision and court awareness to do it from anywhere on the floor.
Galloway dishes to Crowder. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation.
And it's easy to give up after a play like that, but this team
needs to keep fighting.
It's just one trip down the court, but you have to have short memory in this league or you won't last long.
Bridges, he's checked in for Phoenix. Paul comes in for Langston Galloway. And so it looks like the Lakers will retain possession here. Kuzma passes to Caruso. And Phoenix pushing it up now. Bridges leading the charge. And yes, it's good.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Here's Morris. Offline from the top of the key.
Missed opportunity. It's a makeable shot for him. He just can't get it to go.
And so it's Los Angeles going. Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Here's Caruso. Bridges out there with Kaminsky. Then there's Carter. Then it's Chris Paul. And it's Šarić in at the center, locking down the middle. That's who's out there for Phoenix.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Los Angeles leading by 12. Here's Drummond, and it's Drummond with the jam.
At his size, Andre is a scary sight running the floor, but very effective.
Kaminsky with the ball. Working on Drummond. Šarić, that's good.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
To the middle. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Each year he's getting better and better. Drummond with the unstoppable move.
And it's Carter penetrating. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. 3-on-3. And Drummond throws it down.
Well, they've won the battle of transition buckets, and those easy points have helped them build this lead.
It's such an advantage when you can get out and run and get a good look before the defense can set up.
Count that one.
And this team's struggles are not his fault. He's putting in work at the offensive end.
Timeout called the Lakers. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things, never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
During that break, Frank Vogel had some real words for his team. He likes where things are headed, but he cautioned them to play smart the rest of the way. He said carelessness with the ball, with assignments, with rotations, any of that can undo what we've worked to accomplish so far. Kevin, they are so close.
With the basketball in hand, no one is more patient than Paul. Waits for his man to break free.
Caruso, no good.
And that's an important rebound, especially on a night where the board work has not been their best.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
Some changes for the Lakers. Harrell comes in for Andre Drummond. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Alex Caruso.
An accurate shooter from all areas of the floor. Booker has the confidence needed to dominate on offense.
And guys, he saw his chance to earn a little camera time there and took it.
Rocking the rim with some major force.
Anytime you get an opportunity to show off a little bit, you have to take it.
This is a guy who once scored 70 points in a game. Booker doesn't take much for him to start percolating.
Schroeder dishes to Morris. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got his fourth assist with that last one here tonight. And so Booker will bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. It's a 13-point game. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. The first free throw is good. Jay Crowder's checked in for Johnson. He makes 1 of 2 that time. Steve, if you were playing in this era, how engaged do you think you'd be on social media?
Yeah, that's a great question, Kevin. I think a lot, because I think right now that's just the way this era communicates. And obviously there's some negatives to social media, but there's a lot of positive from a standpoint of being able to reach your fans, get your message out, especially what we've been going through in this time for social injustice. But I also think there's a lot of marketing and branding opportunities through social media.
Oh, that is sick. I mean, a terrific ball handler for a 5. Ayton comes full force.
And Kuzma slams it in.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
Here's Schroeder. Banked in off the glass. And the Lakers lead by 16.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Lakers.
The coaching staff must be happy that they controlled their turnovers so well in this game.
Excellent self-control and patience tonight.
And so checking out their record tonight, it'll mark win number 32 overall. And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Andre Drummond.
No, there's a few ways to control a game, right? You can do it with pace, you can do it with patience and efficiency. Tonight, he did it by owning the boards.
The pass to Crowder. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
He's a power player. That's Crowder's game once he gets inside.
Here's Schroeder. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately put the game away.
On the heels of this run, you wonder, where was this effort earlier on?
Well, the question becomes, are they playing that much better now, or has their opponent taken the rest of the night off?
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
And when you're on the road, you can't be tentative coming into a game like this. I thought their aggressive approach was the difference.
Kuzma finds Caldwell Pope. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Morris outside. Pass to Kuzma. From deep three-point range. Good D by Booker. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. This crowd was stunned by the... All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.